Oh, hello, y'all. Today for me, I'll be honest, was quite interesting. I'll open this up in like a few layers. So today in the morning, y'all, my mom just took me to school today, and for me it was kind of late, and I was like kind of mad for some reason. And what I mean by that, y'all, is that my mom just came from a trip, so she's still on trip time. And the thing is, that when I woke up actually early this time and actually got ready to do things, when I was like at the door, preparing, I thought my mom was ready, so like I went upstairs, and then as my mom was getting ready, like I was telling my mom like, hurry up, mom, we gotta go. All right, I wasn't shouting at her, y'all. Remember that? No shouting at parents. I was like telling my mom, we gotta go. But then when I went down, because as like time was pushing itself forward because I wanted to go to school at around 7:50, 7:45 instead of like 8 over 8:13 is when my mom brought me. So I wanted to use that extra time before the first period bell rings to meet and talk to a bunch of random people. Like I know in the morning not many people are doing it, but I'm doing it now because it's for my own personal mission. So I kind of regret for myself was that as I was in the lobby of my house, that's crazy to call it the lobby, but right by the door, I was just screaming. I like in my mind, I was screaming at myself like, why didn't I tell mom this morning? I was also screaming like, mom, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! You're taking so long. Let's go. I want to get to school. And obviously, no, I wasn't screaming at my mom, so don't worry about that. But I was like screaming in my mind, is that mom, let's go, rapido, we gotta go. All right, so basically, what I do regret is that I was definitely being a little fast, definitely being a little too fast with my mom. Definitely regret beating myself over that in my mind. So definitely, I wouldn't repeat that again. I try to be a little bit slower next time. So again, it's fine. All right, I tried my best, but I did fail a few things, so we'll do fine the next time. But during PE is when it gets quite interesting. So I hesitated, but I decided to talk to two random girls, and I found out quite a bunch of interesting lore. So basically, I can't reveal all details and names. So she apparently broke up. Like this is all of the aftermath. Like she was talking to her two friends about the breakup of with her boyfriend. So what I heard is that he broke up. No, the boy broke up with her because apparently they had different viewpoints. So when it comes to talking about life, like what's your philosophy? What do you dictate yourself as? Like how do you solve problems? How do you do this or that? So basically, the girl and the boy had different viewpoints, and they broke up very cordially. Right? It wasn't something that was direct, not something else tumultuous. It was very cordial, and she even something that's interesting about this is that she said that I'm a freshman. I'm a freshman. Like, why does he expect me to expect a marriage so soon? And basically, the boy had this dating view of like dating to marry. Like, what I think is that the boy was probably waiting like all 4 years to eventually date her, and then eventually they'll end up marrying after. But high school is way more fluid than that, just because of how reality is. The boy was expecting that, but because they had different viewpoints, because the girl looks at life as it is, like life is fluid. To be honest, not all plans set out as it is. The girl viewed high school and definitely life as we'll see what happens. Like, we'll see. I probably saw the boy as going a little too soon. So basically, that's what happened. Nonetheless, I still find it interesting because even though it was a simple breakup, like, yeah, you got different viewpoints. Y'all can't obviously be together. The question to me is that since I was witness to the aftermath of a breakup, when I get into a relationship of my own, all right, when someone ends up asking me out or I end up asking someone else, what mistakes did they make that I have to avoid? Will I be someone who has to do this instead of doing that? Or will I have to be someone that does this completely or works on a whole new framework of philosophy? So that's definitely the question for me as a future question. I won't really answer that yet since we'll see what happens. But later on during PE, we were currently playing on the units of volleyball and soccer. And I went up to play with like an all boys team. I didn't want to play with my other team because there was this one other guy that he was kind of annoying. He's a guy that thinks he's tough, so I didn't join his team. I joined this all boys team, but when the boys, like a lot of the boys ended up joining the team, I decided to leave and then I went down to another volleyball team. But I really hesitated, y'all, is that as I decided to leave this team, one part of me said that you already got to this team, so just commit to it. But then another part of me said, nah, you can switch volleyball teams, but like it's fine. It's just that eventually left. But when I got to the other volleyball team, they didn't know how to play volleyball, but it's okay. Right, it's still a unit. What I found quite interesting is that one of the girls on the other team, I sensed something in that was she like lonely or was like just standing there completely silent? Like I don't know if she's lonely in that sense or if something that's like actually going on in her life. So like I don't know if she's like naturally quiet or like if that's how she really is. So that's definitely something that I do want to know. To be honest, I asked if she was okay. Yeah, she was okay. So not too much, but I definitely want to note that. But now, during lunch period, this one continues directly from my continuity from yesterday. So basically, yesterday I asked the security guard, like, what's your biggest regret? Then he told me not going up to people, being shy in his high school years and being shy that he wasn't doing this or that. And I decided to take that to heart, alright? So yesterday I told you guys, we're going to jump straight into the social loudness. We're going to jump straight into the place that where we were once rejected before. So thankfully, I did that. To the friend group that I did end up meeting today, credits to you guys, well, credits to you girls. I thank you guys for letting me in your group. So, not really much in here. All right, they get to me. I was a little bit awkward, to be honest, and I have a lot of lore behind me that I wasn't able to speak then. But honestly, I'm very happy because I did get to avenge the security guard's regrets. All right, even though I didn't continue the security guard's storyline as he wanted to do when he was in high school himself, I definitely stopped the lineage of regret right there. So I'm definitely glad. So basically, to that friend group, y'all, I might hang out with you guys again, just be in the same place. Otherwise, I'll be looking all around. But other than that, lunch period was absolutely great. Nothing really much, to be honest. People were chill. I was a little bit awkward though, suppose, so, but it's fine. I'll try to fix myself. I felt great, so nothing really much. But once I got down to one of my last period classes, I went down to one of the boys. Basically, he's in a big friend group, and there's like a ton of stuff that's been going on. Like, you know how boy friend groups are. Like, for the girls out there, y'all, who are watching, boy friend groups tend to be pretty tumultuous. I definitely know that one of his friends are definitely talking about gooning, like, ew, bear, like, you know, like it's their friend group, so it goes on how it goes on. So I asked him the question of what I did earlier. So, question, quote unquote, how much money would you be given just to go up to a bunch of random girls or go up to a random friend group back in the social center? And he answered, like, no amount of money quote unquote, could get him to go up and talk to a bunch of random people. And he told me that, and I find it interesting, is that he told me that I can't go up to people. I guess, like, I don't know how to say this. Is that basically because there's like this big stigma, I guess, about going up and talking to a bunch of random people. He said that I can't, quote unquote, make friends, even tease that, quote unquote, I can't get a girlfriend, quote unquote. The thing is, y'all, is that if he himself is afraid to like go up to like a bunch of random friend groups, other girls, but then again, he tells me that I can't make friends or can't get a girlfriend as an extension. Then who am I? So the question right here is that if the boy right there that I was talking to, like if he's an example of a lot of the boys in my school, afraid to go up to random girls, afraid to go up to a bunch of random new people and meet them, then who am I? Right? Not big question right there, to be honest. I should probably be the one to answer that, like not for you guys to interpret that question. But interesting thing here, I'm definitely very glad to have entered the social friend group. Tomorrow I will probably go back during both morning period before period one, and definitely during lunch period. As I said, y'all, I'm gonna hang out with that same friend group that I was with yesterday. If you guys are there and willing to welcome me back in, please tell me where you are or just stay in like the same place, I guess. So, but tomorrow, y'all, definitely in the morning period. If you guys are not there, I'll go ahead and talk to a bunch of random people. So, but since I'm an introvert in definitely an extroverted place, a lot of social groups have unspoken rules, y'all. So that whether it be back in the outer edges of the places that I was exploring before, maybe in the wellness center, for example, or maybe somewhere down in the tables near the building where I had my former math class, they all have rules of their own. And the question of this is that, am I going to pass these tests? I don't have anything inherited from middle school. I don't have any direct connections to people. It's like going to Minecraft, downloading it every time over and over again and making your first new build every time that you reinstall it. So it's basically like that. Is that since I am a new soul, I am a newcomer, I am a free agent, I'm an explorer. My primary goal, yo, is to find a friend group to inhabit and find a friend group to be with. How will I pass the tests? How will I be tested? Will I be tested by my personality? Will I be tested by who I am as a person? Or am I going to be tested by what I've done before? So that's definitely the question that I have for myself tomorrow. That as we visit these, maybe during morning period, lunch period might be the same friend group, but morning period, at other times I interact with a bunch of random people, is definitely those questions. Is that, will I be tested? If so, then how do I pass it? Now, in other news chat, is that very happy to break my own social chains now because today, y'all, I'm beginning to interact with a bunch of new random people. At the end of the day, I decided to like to wave to a bunch of random people that I met like about days before, and I also decided to have like a short talk with this one person that I was talking to. They had a friend coming over, so eventually I had to leave. But I definitely like it because I'm beginning to finally break my social chains as a person, and not many people get that chance. So definitely glad I did that. But when it comes to these social groups tomorrow, since we're entering back into the main city metaphorically, how will I be tested? How am I going to pass it? And what will happen?